Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Let's go ahead and talk about Ready to Love, honey. Let's get into it. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on, Lady Virtue? Hey, Kay. Hey, Omar. I see y'all in the chat. What's up, Lavita? Okay, good morning, Jamie. Heading to church, but I'll be back for the replay. Blessings to you. Yes, blessings to you too, Lavita. I hope you enjoyed church, okay? By the time you get out, we probably going to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? I don't know how long your church lasts or whatnot, but you know, the replay will be here for you as well, okay? Good morning, Miss Shadell. What's going on? Aranda, did I say that right? Aranda, what's going on? Happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween, everybody. Hey, Christina, what's up? Good morning. Okay, that's all right. Push that button, hit that like button, okay, while you guys come on into the chat and we get ready to talk about some things. Yes, we're having yet another early live so that I can enjoy the rest of my day and so y'all can too. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hop into it. Also, if you do not know, which you should know, okay, as soon as this is over with, once we're done wrapping up Ready to Love, we're going to go ahead and hop over into another live for Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you guys make sure that you are hanging out, okay? What's up, Destiny the Boss? What's going on, Journey with Jada? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So let's get into it. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all can't hear me clearly, okay? Nobody said they couldn't, so we good. All right, so Nephew Tommy, he links up with the guys because it's the guys' turn this week, right? To send some ladies home. He lets them know that Carrington was sent home, as he should have been, okay? So he can get back to his promoter duties, all right? I'm surprised he wasn't promoting the show. Hello? But I don't follow him on social media for real to no girl. Anyway, yeah, so then he also opens up about how he wants the guys to really take the ladies somewhere outside of the norm, right? Excuse me, y'all. Goodness gracious. I'm probably going to be doing that all throughout the whole thing. Coughing because I can't get this little nugget out. TMI. What's going on, Kimberly? Hey, good morning. Good morning. So yeah, he wants them to take them outside of where they may normally go. So he wants them to have like a real date and stuff. So, okay, that is the caramel frappuccino from Starbucks. Okay, with a little extra caramel drizzle. Thank you so much for the super chat, Lady Virtue. I appreciate it. Okay, what's going on, Alicia? Happy Halloween, honey. Okay, so that's that. So everybody's gonna be going out on these dates, and I feel a way about some of the dates, right? I feel a way about the interactions within the dates. And my girl Newman, I'm tired of y'all taking her out here where the woods at, but keep going. Frank and Aisha are the first two to go on a date, and he's really into Aisha. And it seems like it's authentic that he's into her, but then some part of me feels like you fake. I don't know. Like, is this really you? Do you really like her? Are we sure? But I mean, he seemed to know a whole lot about her. He seems to really listen to her. So I want to believe that he does like her a lot. Okay. So he take her to some like grown folk spot or whatnot, where, you know, they got like the pool tables and all these other little games and stuff. It really kind of looked like a bar for the most part, you know. So that really, I'm like, was they outside of the comfort zone? Like, I guess. Anyway. So he took her there. And he lets her know that she was the first initial connection that he did have right out the gate from the beginning, right? He likes how she presents herself. And I'm like, well, how does she present herself, honey? Not almost to my everybody seemed like they are just horny, child. That's probably what's going on. Ain't no telling. But he's saying that she's the first initial connection that he had. He also goes on to say that he likes how she presents herself. And I'm wondering, to him, what does her presentation like look like? What do you like about it, right? He likes her motherly aspect. He does say that. He understands that she has 2 kids, a girl, a boy. He also knows their ages. So he just threw enough out there to let her know, like, listen, I listen to you when you talk, and I'm liking what it is that I see. So they go to the photo booth, they take pictures and stuff. And what we learned is that she likes him just as much as he likes her, if not probably more than he likes her. And I'm like, if that's what you want to do, girl, who am I? Okay. But I don't know how it's going to turn out. So it always starts off like this at the very top of the season, where you get these 2 individuals that are really feeling each other, really liking each other, but it don't really go that way by the end of the season. Like, I'm wondering if Frank is also going to be talking to someone else that we didn't know that he was talking to, right? but they may show some flashbacks or something. So we'll see. I don't know if this connection is going to last throughout the show, but I kind of hope so. I hope that Aisha is able to find her guy here, right? But I don't know. I feel like right now, y'all, honestly, I feel like Naeem is probably the best guy right now on the show. Y'all got to let me know y'all thoughts on that. But I feel like so far, Naeem seems like the best guy. He hasn't done anything to make me look at him like sideways or whatever. Bonjour. Girl, I don't know the rest of it. I just know bonjour, so please forgive me. I just finished the episode on time for the review. Shout out to Paris. What's going on? Thank you for joining us today. What's up, Miss B? Yeah, it's something about Frank. I don't know. Yeah, I can't put my finger on it. I thought it was giving me Ron action, but I saw more of Ron in Carrington than I saw in Frank. So we just gonna have to sit back and see how that's gonna go. Okay, so let's get to Carrie and Tyrone, because this is the one where I really feel away. Let me see. Matter, do I have my images? Okay, yeah. So let me go ahead and put this up here on the screen. For those of you guys that don't know who's who, hopefully you can see it somewhere down below on the screen. So I have an issue with Tyrone. Y'all already know I felt the way about Tyrone from the beginning, because the fact that he would call his mama out the way that he did, but we didn't hear him say nothing about his daddy. I was like, I don't know if I could trust you 100%. Like, that's the thing for me. Like, I'm side-eyeing Tyrone. Tyrone, like I said, has always been sketchy to me. He comes, he meets with Carrie, and I feel like, I don't know if Carrie really wanted to have this conversation with him, but you know, it seems like as the seasons progress, production gets a kick out of people having these closure type of meetings, right? So she sat down with him to have this closure meeting. He tells her that he likes her. No, he tells her he likes that she showed interest in him, but goes on to say that she came off aggressive. And you know, when you say that word, we're going to want to know, like, break it down. In what way do you feel like I was being aggressive? And I'm so glad that she was a woman that was able to sit there in that moment and truly hear and listen to the things that Tyrone was saying. Like, I liked it because she was able to check him on some stuff, right? So he says that at the mixer, he got, now y'all mind y'all, at the mixer, I'm believing at the mixer, that was like the very first time everybody met everybody. Okay, this is when everybody met everybody. So then he tells her that he got ready to give somebody else his number, and he noticed that her body language changed, as if she could have been a bit disappointed or jealous is what he really wanted to say. And I just kind of felt the way about that, to create an issue with her to use as an excuse for him to do what he wants to do. And I'm probably going to say that again, as I have written in my notes. Dudes like to do that a lot. They like to put stuff off on the woman as though it's the woman's issue, when primarily it's your issue, sir. You're the one that have the problem. Okay. What else? I think Carrie understood the assignment when she got there. I think Tyrone has a lack of trust in women based on how he views his mom. And I also felt like what he said about her body language was the ultimate lie. I feel like he came up with some out his ass, okay, because he needed an excuse, right? And the excuse he used, he put it off on her. He says how she shows, what he said? He says how she shows how she feels is what made him uncomfortable. And I'm just like, okay. Carrie says that she doesn't like the term aggressive. She wasn't aggressive, but she was showing interest. I said, come on, Carrie, check him. Check him, baby. Understand the difference, okay? Know the difference, right? She says that she didn't feel anyway because, what? Oh, yeah. She said she didn't feel any way about, I think it was Shiloh getting his number, because she already knew that the girl liked him, right? So that right there was confirmation for me that she understood the assignment. Everybody is getting to know everybody. So what's the issue? Like, I can't take him. He says she asked about his date in a text message, right? So she sent the text message that night, but I was confused because I wasn't sure if it was you're asking about the date you had with him, or if you were asking about a date that he had with somebody else. The next morning, so I felt like when he said she sent it at 12:30 that night or whatever it was, that made me feel like you saw her message that motherfucking night. You chose to not answer her message until the very next morning or whenever, but you, or maybe you didn't answer it then, but you saw that message the very next morning and you still did not respond to her, which is probably why she was like, question mark, like, are you still interested? Like, did I do something wrong? Because you started to ignore her. Like, that's how I'm believing the situation happened. I feel like Tyrone is full of it. I feel like he says that you asked me if I'm still interested, and then says the next morning, I can't make that decision up when I wake up early, when I first wake up. And it's like, girl, I see this is this is a blessing. This is a blessing that you're having this conversation with this man and you see how he operates. And this wouldn't be a healthy relationship for you at all. This is a great thing that they had the closure meeting so she could see how much she skipped out and missed out on a bullet, because this man is a fool. I feel like, sir, if you've gone out on a date with her, you've been talking to her, you know whether you're interested, right? Everybody knows, you know, if you're getting to know somebody, you know, at least by the third day or something. Okay, within a day or two, shoot, some people know within a few hours of talking to somebody whether they're still interested in getting to know them. She wasn't asking, are you still interested, like pursuing me, wanting to be with me, let's go get married? No, are you still interested in getting to know me? Just, I mean, it's just that simple, but he like to put 20 on 10 when he's really trying to, I feel, manipulate a situation and to get his way. No, ma'am. What else did she say? He says it's really no good time to say that I like more people than you. And I'm like, say it. It's never, Chris Brown had a song like that. It's never a right time to say goodbye. Yikes. But it's never a good time, but it's always a great time to be honest, right? Just be upfront and say that so that she can move on. So that was a problem for me. It's never a really good time to say that I like more people than you. And it's like, number one, just say it. And number two, be honest about that instead of trying to use excuses about, oh, well, you were aggressive here, or, oh, you asked me a question that I wasn't ready to answer. If you weren't ready to answer that question, don't make it seem like she's the problem. Just say, well, I don't know that at this time, or whatever. Like, I'm confused. Why are you mad? Because she asked you a question that you didn't have an answer for. That's your fault. You ain't had no answer for it. Why you get mad at her? What else? Carrie says that he could have told her that morning. Like, okay, if you feel like it wasn't a great time to tell me that you weren't interested in me or whatever, you could have told me that morning. Tell me then. So I was here for that. What else did she go on to say? She says that, and I gave you interest. That's what I gave you. I didn't give you pressure. So if you're feeling like I was pressuring you about anything, that's dead wrong, because I wasn't. Okay. I was showing you interest. Know the difference. Okay. Let's be clear. So I love that she said that. I feel like he was very irritating because he said, so I still don't understand what it is that I did wrong here. You are not going to see what you did wrong because you don't want to see what you did wrong because you're so focused on putting the issue off on her. Okay, like she was the person that was wrong in this situation. She tells him that she didn't like how it was handled overall. Okay. What else did I write? I wish she would have also mentioned, because she didn't mention this, she just said that she didn't like how things were handled. Now, I don't know if it was said to him, but I wish we would have been able to hear it. If not, I wish she would have been able to say, the issue for me is you gave another woman more context about why you were not interested in me than telling me that context about why you were not interested in me. Because even if we probably weren't interested in each other on that level, we probably could still have like a dope friendship. And that's okay. But see, now you just ruined all of that. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, how is it that Shiloh had more information about his uninterest in Carrie than Carrie did? See, that's a problem. And I wish that she would have went into detail about how she did not like how things were handled. Okay. So then he keeps focusing on what he was supposed to do in that moment. And I loved how she said, I feel like you're not listening. Because he wasn't, and he wasn't trying to get the point. He thought the excuse that he gave you when he first sat down with you was going to be enough to kind of like skate over that and let's get into something else. I feel like Tyrone is a weirdo. And that's just that on that. Let me go ahead and see what you guys are over here saying in the chat, because I'm feeling a way about Tyrone, y'all. He irritated me. That look on Frank's face when he was shaking that drink was so weird. That's about when he was with Tizia. Girl, you is funny. I thought from the casting special that Naeem would be a Hotep, but I actually like him so far, right? Yeah, he's so far, he seems like a good, honest guy so far. You talk about Tyrone got them shifty eyes. I thought I was the only one that noticed those closure dates. Like, why? Just move on. I feel like they do that to create moments for the show because, in all honesty, in real life, a lot of people do not get closure. Some people get ghosted like a mother for like 3 to 6 months, probably. And then the person resurfaced, trying to hit them up like life is grand because the person that they was banking on didn't work out. Girl, no ma'am. Okay. Not the eyes tell a lot about a person. Clearly. And did y'all notice this right here was irking me too? The whole time she was talking, he was trying not to laugh. He was like it was a face he was giving where he was trying not to laugh, and then he turned around and he did like this. Where he kind of like, that was the only way he was going to be able to put the smile on his face was by scrunching up one side of his face. And I was just like, this, you here, baby? When y'all get a chance, I'm hoping he's the next person to go. But I feel like he's not going to be the next person to go because at minimum, Shiloh is going to be somebody that's going to save him because she's going to be one of the people that's interested in him, right? So I don't want to see him much longer. The things he named had no aggression in not a single one. Not a single one. Tyrone just got issues with women. And the only reason, in all honesty, y'all, I feel like he connects with Shiloh is because Shiloh is an intimacy coach. So I feel like with that, she has a way with words and she knows how to, tap into your mental a little bit, right? To make you feel like you could trust her. You can have those conversations with her, which is something that he highlighted as to why he was really interested in her. And that's what made him feel like he could see a future with her. And I'm like, keep putting all your eggs in Shiloh basket, baby, please. Because Shiloh over here feeling Dante. For real. So please put all your eggs in her basket because you're going to get your feelings hurt. He definitely was reading too much into everything. He just didn't like her that much and was making excuses for why he exactly instead of keeping it 100 from the very beginning, 1000%. Okay. You felt the aggression though. You felt the aggression coming from Carrie because I didn't feel that coming from her at all. These men be playing the women like they're such a catch. That's the gag. Tyrone is one step away from a flashback. Damn. Did y'all see Tyrone gritting his teeth at the end of the conversation? Yes, that's what I was talking about. It looked like he wanted to smile the whole time, and then he did this, and I feel like that was his way of getting that smile out that he wanted to get the whole time. But he also could have been gritting his teeth too. This cast is very chameleon-like. Okay. Like Tony B says, just be a man about it. He says he was mad because she texted him at 12:30 a.m. but called Shiloh after he saw a text. Ooh, good night. And be on the phone with Shiloh all night and stuff. That's why I'm like, I know you saw that woman text. Girl, this man is so he wasn't worth it. He was acting like they had this conversation already. He went behind her back speaking about her to another woman, then was giving her a nasty attitude. Exactly. Child, exactly. Okay, Tyrone was making things up to make it not look like an F boy. Only it made him look like the F boy he is. But then Tyrone to the Tommy, the truth when he and I put that in my notes too. Exactly. And so why did you not talk about that? Because that's the real thing here. That's what we focusing on. And then the men she went on dates with couldn't be adult enough to just listen. Okay, so I'm not the only person. We see each other. Okay, to be adults enough to just hold a conversation, even though they might have not been interested. Like have some tact and respect for 1000%, Jazzy. We see each other. I think she was more assertive than he's used to, not aggressive. He's not used to the attention. I just feel like he has issues with women overall. And outside of that, he was ultimately not interested in her. And the truth came out when he sat in front of Tommy and he felt like he was in, a decent space with the guys, a comfortable enough space to keep it real. And he didn't keep it real with her. And that's what I think it was. I don't like Tyrone, but I did feel like it was too early to be getting closure. I would have took what he said the first time for what it was and moved on. F him. And I think in real life, that's probably something Carrie does, but I think that production wanted to make a moment. I really do. I don't know why they be forcing these closure dates on people so soon, child. Not Tyrone lost me after his conversation last week about his mama. Child, okay, try when he talked about his mama in the what was it, casting special when I got to meet everybody. Girl, he's a stone cold mess. So let's go ahead and move on to Corey, Courtney, Cornelius, and Camille. Camille's starting to get on my nerves. what they call her, Black Widow. Ma'am, you're far from a widow. I don't understand what's going on, but she's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so another double date with them because Corey called for this double date because he's trying to get closer to Courtney. Okay, so Courtney comes in late and Camille already pressed about it. Girl, she is feeling like, oh my God, why is she here? But of course, she stood up, hugged her, and stuff like that. So they go skating, and Cornelius ends up getting paired with Courtney while Cornelius is paired with Camille. But it's funny because Cornelius can't seem to keep his eyes off of Courtney now. And Camille, like, what you looking back there for? You know, like everything you need to be worried about is right here. And I feel like she does that so much that she's going to turn him off. Because at some point it goes from being a joke in the beginning to being, okay, no, that's how you really are. No, like that's how you are, like you're possessive. And you also strike me as the type of person that would create situations out of something that absolutely did not happen. Because of whatever, okay, to go along with your narrative, because you got low self-esteem or you insecure about something. So I don't know. He need to be careful with Miss Camille because I don't know about her too much. Okay, so Cornelius is like I said, more interested in Courtney. Okay, but it seems like he's holding on to Camille. He's holding on to her because he knows she's interested, and I think he gives her enough because at the end of the day, if anybody's gonna save him to continue to go through the show, it's gonna be Camille. All right. So then she asked him about him waiting for SEX. Okay. And if it ever crossed his mind, and if he's ever concerned about waiting a long time for SEX only to cross the line and it's not good. And he was like, nah, I ain't ever worried about that because if we already vibing, you know what I'm saying, outside of that, then I know when we step into that arena, I ain't gonna let you down. And I was like, okay, then, Cornelius, you sure? Probably so, right? You ain't been getting it in with nobody else. So then, honey, that means you probably got a whole lot of stamina and stuff, huh? Okay, then we gonna see how that goes. All right, let us know, honey. Anyway, so she asked him about money. She wants to know about his money and stuff. And she says that because he was like, "You got student loans?" She was like, "Oh, so I got like 2 masters. I got a bachelor's degree. I went and got a certification over here that I had to pay for, honey. I got a lot of loans." And she was like, "But I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping because they said we're gonna take them to the grave anyway." And then he said, "No, the hell we not." I said, "Come on, Cornelius. Everybody ain't thinking like that, okay?" Everybody ain't thinking like that. Some people trying to go ahead and get this stuff paid off, honey, so they can move on with their life, girl. Okay? It's a lot of people out here, a lot of people that have been paying off student loans within like 3 years. I'm talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? Paying it off within 3 years, but you got to be committed to the life change. But anyway, let's move on. All right, so Cornelius said he ain't got no debt. But also, wasn't Cornelius in the military? So if you went to school, the military would have paid for it. So it's really no need for you to even go out and acquire student loans at all. He says that his only debt that he has is his house. And that's it. And debt, I feel like debt doesn't have to be a bad thing. I think debt is bad when people don't know how to manage it. That's when you'll go down. Okay. That's when it ain't looking so great, you know, but that's that, you know. All right, then he's cool with it. And she seemed to have, when he said that he puts his money into savings, into investments and stuff like that, she over there like, she all happy and stuff. And I'm like, girl, shut up with all this. Oh, okay, he into investments and this and that. And I'm like, how am I thinking about this? Number one, what you excited about when you don't even understand or know anything about investments and savings and all of this other stuff? I feel, okay, you don't know anything about it. The fact that you would say you're taking your student loans to the grave, you don't know a lot about it. And then number two, it made me feel like this, y'all. That could make or break him wanting to get closer to her. The fact that you like to be possessive so soon, and then you sit up here and you talk about, you know, you're okay with your student loans the way that they are. A lot of men that got their SHI together like that, some of them don't want a woman like that, unfortunately. So, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see how that plays out between Camille and Cornelius. But y'all let me know, because I could be thinking about that wrong. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What else? She gonna sit up there and stay in the confessional, y'all. And this is why I'm like, girl, you getting on my listen. She says, at this point, you know, after hearing about his finances and how he takes care of everything, he probably could come over and take care of my things as well, because I don't want to do it. So, you know, at this point, I'm really feeling like I'm ready to love Cornelius. Girl, what? Girl, what? Okay. So Cornelia says that he's flattered by Camille and her wanting him and all, wanting him all to herself. He says, but he had a place where he finna continue to get to know the other ladies. I said, you better continue to get to know these other ladies instead of sitting up here just focusing on her. And it would be smart of her if she also went out and got to know some other guys. I don't know about you, Camille girl, but you trying it. Okay, why is she trying to profit off his income already? She just met him. Okay, so I'm not thinking about this wrong and stuff. Okay, exactly. Why are you? Oh, okay. Girl, no ma'am. No ma'am, not at all. Camille kind of scares me with the possessiveness. Exactly, and she about to scare him too. That's right, Sam. What's up, girl? Please like the video. It's $3.99. Thank you all so very much. And shout out to all of my moderators that are in the chat, boo. Okay, it's the second time Camille leads with asking about bank accounts. Worry about your own, Miss Ma'am. And it's so funny. It's just so awkward because she don't know how to manage her own finances, but she wants somebody else that knows how to manage theirs. Girl, at least try. At least try. She wants to know about the money. I don't know about Camille, y'all. Camille reminds me of Lynn Whitfield from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, definitely possessive, honey. I like Cornelius, but I'm with Courtney. I'm going to need to test drive the car. I mean, I can't fault Courtney on that either. Okay, need to test drive it, girl. Let me test drive it at least 2 times. Okay. Let me take it around the block at least 2 times and see how it's running. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Camille is a catch on paper, but once you meet her, run, baby, run. Exactly. And I feel like some of them stories she was giving people was they were untruths. Talking about how she looped these men in and then she dropped them. Talking about how she was engaged multiple times. Girl, that's not either that or Camille's putting on a strong act for the TV. And I can't take it. But we're going to move on to Corey and Courtney. Okay, so Corey is corny. That's the first thing we need to note. Okay, Corey is corny. Corey, yes. He was in a decent position when he was over there talking to her. First of all, they on the skates and he's doing his little party hopping and all this stuff. And I'm like, baby, what are you doing? Because I don't recall Kappa's doing all of this, okay? You over here giving me Sigma Omega. What is happening, dear? What is you doing on these skates? But all right. So he's doing the most. And then they pull off to the side to have a conversation. Why they did not find any benches to sit down and have a conversation at, I don't know. So they're leaning against the pole, talking. He decides to move himself from the side of her where he seems to be perfectly positioned to get directly in front of her face. Sir, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, sir. You do not need to be all up in here with yours, sir. You do not need to scoot back just a little bit, okay? And then she gonna ask him, no, she was like, what are you doing? He was like, well, I just wanted to move closer to you so you can get my undivided attention. And so, we could see each other and everything like that. I mean, does this make you comfortable? And she was like, well, no, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it, I'm attracted. I'm like, girl, I guess. I'm concerned about you, Miss Courtney, girl. Hypersexual, what's going on with you? I ain't like that because I feel like this is the second time Corey has tried this with a woman. He tried it with Newman last week and Newman just went along with it. He tried it with Courtney and Courtney just went along with it. And I'm just like, I can't, it's something about my personal space, regardless of how attractive you are. If this is our first time meeting each other, scoot back just a little bit, please. Just scoot back. Okay? Because I don't know you like that. Not yet. So I ain't like that at all. He gives her, when she asked about what is he looking for in a wife, girl, he gave her the bad boy slogan for life, period. Just like Will Smith and Jada said, bad marriage for life. He gave her that. And she said, okay, I like it. I was like, ma'am, those were not even his words. But I guess if you like it, okay. What else goes on? He later gives her the roses that he got for her. Now, that was actually nice. I thought that was nice because I haven't seen nobody else do nothing like that, okay? So I thought that was really sweet of him to do that for her, make her feel special in that moment. And I guarantee y'all, Camille was over there like, where my flowers at? Well, I ain't get nothing, okay? But I ain't put the camera on her, but I'm sure she was feeling that way, okay? Cornelius, he sees her get these flowers. He's feeling away, y'all. He looking over there feeling a whole way. I know I can't wait to get back to my girl because this right here ain't it. I really think that he likes Courtney more than he likes Camille. Okay. When are the men going to check Corey for his inappropriate behavior? Girl, you know they ain't. I wonder though, because it could happen when they go on the trip, when everybody is there and they may be able to witness his behavior, all together. So, I mean, it could possibly happen, actually. Excuse me. Her face was scrunching all the way back. I was shocked when she said she was pleasantly surprised by Corey, child. And she hugged all on him and stuff. I was like, girl, okay. Corey is a habitual line stepper, clearly. At jamithatsme, now you see what the dude was talking about from yesterday. This is messy. When the guy was tripping on the girl about his money. Yes, that's true, honey. She was saying she's okay, but couldn't even look him in the eye. I feel like she didn't want to embarrass him. I didn't even catch that. I did not catch that part where she wasn't even looking him in the eye. And it really, for me, connects back to Newman, right? Because Newman just went along with it. So that makes sense. She probably was embarrassed by him, felt uncomfortable, but probably didn't want to say that on camera or something. I don't get it, baby. Back up off me. Back up off me, honey. Courtney is the female Corey. You think so? Ooh. Corey is a line stepper. None of these women stop him. Child, they don't. I don't understand that. Camille was upset about the flowers. They showed her face. Oh, okay. I didn't even see. I don't know if I saw. I know I saw Cornelius' face. I don't remember her face. But I'm sure she wasn't happy about it. The flowers were nice. Cornelius didn't like that. He didn't. I feel like deep down the women are scared to say something because they could be sent home. But his behavior is an HR problem, not okay. I hate if that is the case. That sucks. Like, I mean, if they have other connections, I feel like Courtney could have spoke up because Cornelius is all the way interested in her. So he wouldn't jeopardize her going home because he's interested in her, right? So, I mean, we'll see, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on to Walter and Newman since we talk about Newman. They go to another park. I was like, why y'all taking my girl to a park? Is she not good enough to go to a building? Like, what is happening, okay? I guess maybe because it was the pandemic or something like that, and they had to, send her to the park, child. She is actually liking Walter so far. Okay, she says that she likes Walter because their combo is diverse. Walter says that he wants to get married again and then have kids. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when Walter said this, I gave a pretty big side eye because I'm like, well, Walter, what the hell was you doing these past 20 years since your wife has passed? What was you doing? You said you was dating and stuff, so what was it? I feel like can't nobody please him. Can't nobody please him, and maybe it has a lot to do with, his childhood or something. I don't know. But I was side-eyeing brother for sure. He opened up about his dad living in the Philippines and how he's wrote a letter to his dad. He's called his dad and stuff, and his dad response to his letter and things was, I'm at your sister's house. Like, I can't talk to you about this right now because I'm at your sister's house. Whew. I feel like Walter did right by just letting it go because, in all honesty, Daddy would have got his ass cussed. Okay, and that's not really what you wanted when that was not the original intention, right? You just fall back. I'm gonna let it be what it is. Okay, if that's how he want to move, cool. I see that. I gotta figure out ways to get healing on my own because he's not gonna help or contribute to that, and that definitely sucks for him. But I mean, I guess he's in a better space mentally. I don't know how that still shows up in his relationships, if anything. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on Walter and his dad. Newman says that her and her dad are not super close either. And it had an impact on her when it came down to dating and a lot of the guys that she chose to be with, which is kind of why she likes older guys. But she's working on and has been and continuing to work on her younger self, not showing up for what it is that she wants, right? Like, giving herself false hope or whatever, like leading with the little girl in her. So she's making more, I guess, conscious decisions about who she selects and who she chooses. I can't say that I kind of, when I see Walter interact with the ladies, I don't know who I like him with. But I will say that I like the fact that Walter is able to listen to the ladies, especially when they are going through or they speak on traumatic things that may have happened in their life. I like that, but then I don't know if that's a good thing either at the same time. Because I feel like that also could be used to kind of like manipulate a person at a later time. But I do initially like the fact that he can listen to her. And listen to what's her name, Sabrina. He was able to like make some type of connection with them and sympathize with them over stuff that they've been through. So I feel like that's a good thing, but I think Joel really has me looking at Walter with the side eye just off general purpose. Oh, based on how he handles stuff and how he was talking about his marriage, and the death of his wife. Walter is using his trauma to play these women. Ooh, well, at 46, you are now ready for all this relationship stuff. Well, that's another one. Using his dead wife as an excuse for his behavior for almost 20 years. Well, yeah, Walter is a no. Okay. Well, then there's that. Thank you so much, Jazzy, for clearing that up for me. Okay. Oh, like I said on Twitter, Walter be trauma bonding. Girl, y'all ain't Walter up and me up too for what I just said a few minutes ago. Girl, I thought it was good that he was over here being able to connect with the ladies. Y'all said, no, ma'am, that's trauma bonding. Okay? No, ma'am. Absolutely not. And there it is again. Walter is using trauma to bond with it. Absolutely. Y'all saying it again. Okay. So y'all eating the girls up today. Walter looks like he shades women like his daddy shaded him. That's why he's been on a 20-year journey. Ooh, honey. Well, then there's that. Okay, Cornelius and Courtney was over there feeling the same way about they both was feeling the same way. Walter is likable, but I'm not buying it, okay? I understand, Fedora. I understand. Okay, I understand. I get it. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about Dante, Carrie, Phil, and Shiloh, because I felt the way a little bit in this one too, y'all. I did. So they all decided to work out together because I believe Dante is like a workout trainer or something like that. Or at least he works out a lot. It's one or the other. But Phil pulls Shiloh to the side because he wants to get to talk to her. So they talk about the mixer and how she was really looking to making connections, with somebody. Then we have Dante and Carrie. They're over there having a talk. She's like, I'm so excited you're here, or whatever. He's like, I'm right here. They speak on how they have made connections in the house or whatever, and how she thinks the guys are or whatever. Carrie doesn't think that Dante is interested in her. I don't think he's interested in her either. What I did not like was when they were sitting down on the floor, she was asking him a lot of questions. He wasn't really asking her questions to get to know her, right? But then he could take his bald-headed into the confessional, and then he says, where is it? He says something like, he didn't like the fact that the conversation didn't go anywhere. The conversation wasn't like how the conversation flowed with other women. So he felt like the conversation didn't flow. And I was like, well, maybe it didn't flow because you weren't interested out the gate. That's probably why it didn't flow. And the woman that you really want, which happens to be Shiloh, is in another room talking to somebody else. So let's be honest here. So Dante, I didn't like how you tried to play my verse. See, y'all be up here trying to play Carrie, and I feel away about that, right? But, I felt like some of these dudes is BS, so maybe it was best for Carrie to go ahead and move on about her business and no longer waste any of her time. But y'all was fake. What else? Shiloh, to me, I said Shiloh over there running game on Phil, period. Okay, Shiloh is giving me Corey. All right, y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Talking about how she wants to spoil the mess out of her man and want her man to spoil the mess out of her, and how she wants to fill his cup and want him to fill her cup, and we're just over there filling up cups. I said, girl, if you don't cut the shit, like I don't know. But again, I feel like Shiloh is great with words. I got my eye on you, Miss Shiloh, girl. The dudes ain't the only ones that's out here coming off as though they foolish and they playing games. Girl, I got my eye on you, dear. Y'all got to let me know y'all thoughts about Miss Shiloh, honey. I felt bad for Carrie. Just because they don't like her don't mean they can't treat her nice. Why was Carrie even there if neither of them were interested? Exactly. And it was in that moment when she sat down in that conversation with Dante. As I'm watching this, I said, she's going home. Like, I knew it right out the gate. I said, she's going home. It was just something off. Like, they showed bad moments for her this episode. And I was like, she's going home. I just knew it. And then when you get to the end of the episode and you find out she is on the chopping block and Tissia is on the chopping block, I said, Tissia got too much of an attitude and too much of, she's kind of like more entertaining. I said, they not going to let Tissia go. They just wasn't. So, girl, let me see what else y'all over here is saying. Dante really thinks he's a catch with 3 baby mamas. He can't hold a conversation for nothing. Girl. Exactly. He can hold not a damn piece of a conversation. I didn't know he had 3 baby mamas. I must have missed that somewhere. I think I did. Maybe he said it earlier on. I feel like he could have said that around the fire when he was sitting next to Shiloh. What else are you guys saying? Who comes off as authentic? She comes off authentic. IDK, she knows what she wants. Who that? You talking about Shiloh? I didn't expect Shiloh to bring all of the boys to the yard like this, but hey, maybe that's her intimacy coaching. I think that's exactly what it is. It's definitely her intimacy coaching, but I think the real connection she may have, at least at this time, I feel like Dante. These guys are making it so easy to play games. Is that Shiloh's real hair or is it a sew-in? I thought it was her real hair. She just added some of that, blue color to it. She's a hard 33? Shiloh 33? Let's let that sit there. How old is Shiloh? Somebody lied. Somebody lied. Did y'all catch when they were sitting on the floor, she went to grab his hands and he backed back like he didn't want her to touch him? I did not notice that, but I did notice when they grabbed each other's hands or they had their hands in each other, it was more so her like, pulling or whatever on him versus it being him, but I didn't see him like pull back. Interesting. But Dante was hard flirting with Carrie when all 4 were in the room. But as soon as Phil and Shiloh left, was dust. Exactly. That's because he's all in with Shiloh. He's all in with Shiloh. And he really couldn't keep his focus, just like Cornelius could barely keep his focus with Camille because his eyes was over there somewhere else. Your facial expressions are everything. You have me over here crying on this Sunday morning. Well, great. I'm glad to bring some laughter. Yes. I feel bad for Carrie, but happy at the same time. She dodged a bullet. Exactly, right? That's exactly how I feel about Carrie. I'm hoping that when we get to the reunion that she has some good news for us to let us know that she's found somebody that she's made a connection with. I kind of hope that it's not anybody on the show. But you never know. It could be somebody on the show. But I'm hoping that she's found a connection and she's happy, child. For sure. Shiloh is bringing the boys to the yard by being sensual. Of course, they want to know what she about because everybody. Ooh. Well, I had never. Well, that is likely a very accurate statement there. Child, they got tea on Dante and it's looking real murky. Girl, they need to drop it because they definitely had tea on Carrington. So there's that. Let's get to Frank and Tish here because they had a date, which was kind of awkward to me because they weren't talking about. Okay, and somebody was talking about the way Frank was shaking that drink. Was you talking about his facial expressions? Because all I got was what was that dance everybody used to do? What was the look? Damn it. Was it like was it Nelly? That's what he was doing with the bottle, right? He was doing the look, and I was like, okay then, Frank. All right then, that's fine. So they go on a date. It's called the pancake. I thought it was called something else years later. It's not called no pancake. Was I in high school when this came out? Was I in junior high? Chicken, I feel like it was called the chicken head. But was that a Nelly song though? Because that's what it was giving. I feel like it was a Nelly song. So Chingy. Okay, that makes sense because that was all around that same time. Okay. What? Nah, Frank was looking real caricature, like when he was shaking that drink. Okay, so it's not chicken head. See, y'all gonna have to let me know which one it is. Someone said on JD Live that they thought it was going to not dislocate the man's shoulder, honey. I'm hollering. Okay, that is too funny to me. Girl, he was killing it, so he was excited. He had the grin on. was like, okay then, Frank. Okay. It take all of that to shake the drink up. What is better be good. Okay, that's fine. Girl. Anyway, so Tissia says Frank wasn't in her top, but she is open to know more about him. Okay. Frank says that he wants to knock down that wall. And she was like, knock down that wall, baby. What wall? Let's talk about it. What guard is up? Okay, because you had plenty of time to get to know me. I was glad that Tissia said that because I'm like, okay, see, now you just talking some shit, Frank. See, now we caught you just saying some shit. And she caught you because she's been wondering what guard has been up. What has been preventing you? Because you acted like it's something going on with me that stopped you from coming to have a conversation with me. Then what is it? And see, that's another reason why I feel like they be trying to get, they can't really feature. They don't really like Tissia because remember, Tissia called Carrington's card the last time when she was sent down with him. And, excuse me, Carrington comes off as though he's a guy that's great with words, right? And then next thing you know, she was in the bottom. So then the same thing happened with Frank. She kind of called his card to me because it was like, well, what's stopping you? What was the guard? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. So I feel like she kind of called his card a little bit. And, you know, it was what it was, and then she ended up being in the bottom. So Tissia speaks on her business. Now, I do understand where Frank was coming from with this. Frank says that every time they talk, she only speaks on her business. He says he wants to know more about who her friends are and what she does for fun. My question is this to you, Frank. Did you ask those questions? What questions did you ask to stimulate her to discuss her friendships, her personal life, what she does for fun? Because, sir, you brought her to your place of business and where you up there shaking up your drink and stuff. But then when she sit up there and she starts talking about her business, then you want to feel like that's all she ever talks about. Yeah, that didn't connect for me. Did you ask the right questions, Frank? Were you actively really trying to get to know her? Or are all of your eggs truly in Miss Aisha's basket? What's that about? Tissia can smell the BS from those guys. And that's why they're not featuring her. They don't want no woman that called a car for some reason. But I feel like that's what a woman should do when she's dating. Like, ain't nobody finna sit up here and be wasting their time. But you like, let's cut to the for sure. Let's cut to it. Tissia, well, let me read this one. I think Tissia is used to being the pretty girl in the circle, so she doesn't have to work that hard. Her position is shaky. Her man is not there. I can believe that her man is not there. I don't know. Maybe she is used to being the pretty girl in her group because she could possibly ride solo because when she talked about her business, she really just, you know, when she was talking, she primarily talked about her business being, you know, like her main focus. So maybe she don't have a lot of friends. They maybe the friends that she do have, she feel like she probably a pretty girl or something. He probably just asked the general stuff like, tell me about yourself. Girl, and ain't that a broad question? Well, what do you want to know in particular? Right? Big. Let's get down into the weeds of it, okay? Now I think the shake turned her off. Child, probably did. He was definitely shucking and jiving for old girl, hollering. Okay, with the big ass smile to it, Tissia remained unbothered. No, she's not. Tissia is not in anybody's top so far. She definitely is not. I'm about to watch it right quick. That shake. She likes beards. Okay, Frank ain't got one like that. I guess not. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Shake it like a salt. Good night. Good night. It turned me off. That drink looked good enough. I mean, that drink looked good though. I like Tissia. She too blunt and real for the men that are only there to play a game. Yeah, I could kind of see her possibly going home soon if she's saved. I feel like she's gonna be saved like Corey was saved, right, for entertainment purposes or whatever. But she definitely be calling a card, and I love it. Let's get to Naeem. And I feel like at this time, just right now, he's the realest NIGGA on the show for me. Okay, he's on a date with what's her name, Tazia or something like that. She asked him if she talked to his friends, what would they tell her about him. He says that he spoils women with love and affection and he is protective, okay? Miss T goes on to talk about how, you know, she spoils herself because he was like, do you spoil women or whatever like that? He said, yeah, with love and affection. She said, well, there are other ways to spoil women. And she says she spoils herself with whatever she wants, period. So Naeem opens up about how he's been enjoying the moment with her. and how he likes her. And she says she wants a man that is sure of her, sure of them, her and him, you know, sure of them. Zadia, thank you so much, because I've been messing. I done gave this lady a whole new name. Thank y'all so much, Zadia. So Zadia, she says that she wants a man that's pretty much going to commit to her, and he's very sure of her. And that's when he her up and jumped in there. Like, girl, let me go ahead and get in here and not set no false expectations for you. Okay, let's be very clear about this thing here. Okay, so he tells her that he's going to get to know the other ladies as well. And I said, come on, keep it honest, even though it should be understood, because that's what this show is about. Thank you for reminding her and keeping it honest and not setting any false expectations, okay? He also goes on to say that, I think he said he's going to take his time because he really wants to make sure that he does things the right way. And I said, and that is how you do that, okay? And I feel like Tyrone could have took some notes from Naeem from the beginning, okay? So I definitely respect and appreciate his honesty and how he handled that situation, okay? So I'm like, okay, kudos to him, because he's like the best brother on the show right now. Period. Zadia, LOL, brother Naeem was definitely taken back by Zadia's ability to spoil herself financially. Ooh, I ain't think about it like that. Okay? They need to get rid of that. You're not ready to love miss and replace it with something else. What you think they probably should say? Maybe your journey here on the show has ended. Or should they just say the guys have decided that your man is not here? Like, I mean, I wonder what would the alternative be? What I would like for them to do is stop letting the person getting eliminated say, I'm like answering it for them. Like, oh, so I'm not ready to love. Is that what they said? Like, no, let the person that's delivering you the line, let them finish their statement. So basically this show is a big version of speed dating. It looked like it. Ticia is still thrown off from being in the bottom two for the. I could see that too, and she was pissed off that night too when she sat down with Cornelius. She was pissed, right? But she sees she gonna have to overcome that and come up out that mood that she's in, right? So let's get to the guys linking up, because the guys link up. Corey is feeling Courtney. Cornelius is looking at him sideways, feeling away about a girl. Tyrone opens up about Sabrina and Shiloh, but he's more focused on Shiloh. Anyway, what else? Phil is feeling away because he too is into Miss Shiloh, right? Cornelius and his biggest connection was Camille. He likes her physical as well as her personality, but he can't get over Courtney. Okay, he had to make sure that Corey knew that Miss Courtney was putting the moves on him more than he was putting them on her. I guess he wanted to make sure that he knew, like, your girl is really interested in me while you running after her. But he said he's open and willing to continue to put up the fight for Miss Courtney. So we'll see how this is going to pan out. Walter likes Newman, and Naeem says that he's feeling Miss Zadia. Okay, now Tyrone speaks on the date with Carrie. And this is where Tyrone got on my nerves, because Tyrone says that he met someone else, and that's why he wasn't interested in Carrie. Here's the truth. That's the truth, guys. It wasn't because she was aggressive. It wasn't because she sent the message at the wrong time at that night or anything while he probably was on the phone with Miss Shiloh. Okay, it wasn't that. Okay, it was the fact that he was interested in someone else and he wasn't interested in Carrie. And my thing is, but why try and make her feel like she was a problem when in all actuality, you were searching for an excuse to use so you could feel comfortable pursuing someone else instead of keeping it real? That's my thing, okay? And like I said earlier, guys do this very, very often, okay? What else? All right, so at the end of the day, they chose Carrie and Ticia to have a sit down with, okay? Naeem sat down with Carrie, and ultimately Miss Carrie was sent home. And then you have Cornelius that sat down with Ticia and, you know, said that she was ready to love, but she was in the bottom. Because I guess, you know, guys aren't able to make a deeper connection with her. But some part of me feel like that ain't her fault. Are y'all asking the right questions? Right? What is that about? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Absolutely. Calling her crazy was, aggressive was crazy. Shiloh not even featuring Tyrone. Little do he know, with his Tyler Perry face, good night. And she's not feeling him. Like I said, I think she's into Dante more than him. And I don't think that she's really into Phil, but I think that she, like I said, has a way with words when it comes to the guys. You know, she's an intimacy coach. I wonder how many women Tyrone disclosed the PTSD to, because it seems like a lot of sympathy. No one wants to be painted as the person who dropped someone due to mental illness. Interesting. I don't know. Tyrone will always get a side eye from me from just dragging his whole right. Always get a side eye. I do not trust him. I do not trust him. I wonder who they bring in next week. I wonder who they bring in to next week, and I'm kind of glad that they're shaking it up. And I hope that it's going to be a really attractive guy and a really attractive woman. I want to see how this is going to play out, child. The show keeps showing the same people. They do for the most part. Your love is not here but waiting for you. Oh, okay. So you think that should be the end thing. The guys have decided that your love is not here but waiting for you, or the ladies have decided your love is not here but waiting for you. That would be a good one for you. So basically, no, I think I read that one. Tyrone hasn't gotten over his mommy issues and is taking it out on women who are similar to her. Girl, I don't even know if the women gotta be similar to her. I think he's just gonna take it out anyway, child. Camille is not here for the new girl. I just know it. Yeah, I could kind of tell that from her expressions. It was kind of like a roll of the eye and a turn of the head, like this. Now I gotta compete with this BIT. And you know what? You can kind of see from the preview, even though they were kind of blurred, her complexion of the girl looked like it's closer to Courtney's. In addition to that, her hair looked like it was big like Courtney's. So I think when this girl walked through the door, she saw another Courtney and probably felt as though, you know what, this is Cornelius's type. He likes this type of woman. So I'm probably going to have to, just off of appearance right out the gate, I feel like she is like, I'm going to have to compete with another one of them. Unfortunately. Let me see what else y'all are saying. They need 4 more people because this season somebody dropped the ball. They need 4 more people. I do want them to do better about eliminating people on the first night. I don't think you should waste people's time, have them come out, walk around, get to know people, and then you eliminating them on the first night. Like, allow everybody to be there for a whole week and then eliminate somebody. I don't think that's good. I feel like some good people have been crossed out in the very beginning. I will say this. I do like the fact that they are bringing in other people. I do like that. I like when they do the shakeup. And I'm wondering if he's also going to do the shakeup where it's like, okay, we're not eliminating one person. We're eliminating 2. It's going to be one guy and one girl that's going to go home. So I want to see that as well. Okay, Tyrone shouldn't have called her aggressive. However, texting me at midnight asking if I'm still interested is too much. You think so? I feel like how she asked the question, though, she just asked him originally, how was the date? And I think after him not responding, I don't know how long after not responding. I don't know if that was the next day or shortly after that. A few minutes or hours later when she said, hello, are you not interested? But also I'm wondering if she's used to talking to him around that time or something, or used to receiving a text message back or something. But I don't know. I mean, you could have a point, Phil. That could be how it played out. And he just wasn't happy about that. But he also could have said that from the very beginning, even though I still think he was interested in someone else and didn't know how to, necessarily say that to her. Those are my thoughts on it. My girl who lives in DC says she matched with Tyrone on a dating app. They chatted for a bit and she got major creepy, crazy vibes and blocked him. Interesting. Okay. Tissy a girl, they don't like thick women. Oh, well, you didn't have to say it like that now. Goodness gracious, girl. Them bringing in new people after they've eliminated people is tacky. What was the point? You think so? I like the I guess the excitement that comes along with that. Like, I like the whole shake up the house type thing. I don't think it was tacky. you know. I mean, maybe it was tacky that they did it so soon. Like, dang, y'all just eliminated these people, and then right after that, y'all bringing in new people. It could have been a situation where it's like, we're not gonna have an elimination this week. Y'all good, so don't even worry about it. Just continue to get to know each other, right? And then like the day that they typically have their elimination talk, bring in some new people. But we'll have to see how it's going to play out next week, because maybe nobody's going to go home on next week, but they're bringing in new people and they're going to give them, you know, a whole nother week to decide on how they moving. They definitely dropped the ball. It wasn't any cute men in DC that actually want love. Yikes. They're going to get into it, Aisha and Camille. Bruh, that's gonna be messy, and I'm here for it. But y'all, I'm about to go ahead and hop off so that I can get ready to bring Love and Marriage Huntsville to you guys. Okay, so not I'm thick. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, you know, share my videos, and I will catch you guys in a few minutes. Okay, bye.